teach you how to play King Domino.
Yep. The game by Bruno Cathala and Cyril Bouquet.
We're going to be playing the physical version, but the digital version is available at Board Game Arena, and they have a great interface for it. All right, show us how to play King Domino here.
Okay, yeah, so the board's looking pretty empty at the moment, but that will rapidly change. So this is a game about growing a kingdom of domino tiles that have various different terrains on them. So you've got things like forests, you've got kind of like farmland, desert, water, and so forth. And you're basically trying to score the most points you can with the dominoes that you lay. So this is an interesting setup because what happens every round is that 4 new tiles get drawn from a randomized set, and then they get ordered by their number. In Board Game Arena, you won't see these numbers, it won't ever come up. That's just the idea being that the really good dominoes appear at the bottom and the not so desirable dominoes appear at the top. Okay, so when you start the game, you're going to start with 4 random dominoes. The game will automatically draw them from the entire collection for you and order them from lowest to highest. The numbers really don't matter except for the fact that you're always going to see the most valuable dominoes at the bottom and the least valuable dominoes at the top. In the first turn of the game, everyone is randomized, and you get to pick which domino you want. So, for example, if I went first, I might pick that one, and then Jess would pick one.
I might pick this one.
Then Pink's going to get the most valuable one, and then Blue is going to be left with this one. Now, when you choose a domino, you're not only choosing that domino to play in the following turn, but you're also selecting your turn order for the next turn. So, once we've all placed, these go to the side, and we draw 4 more dominoes. Again, the computer's automatically going to do this for you. So now, in order, starting from top to bottom, each player will then take the domino that they drew and then add it to their kingdom. Now, at the start, your kingdom only consists of the 1 cobblestone space there. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be your center space, but every domino you place must touch at least 1 other tile on an edge.
So this could be all the way down in the corner.
If you wanted it to.
Yeah. What are the rules on how wide and how tall my space can be?
You can never exceed a 5x5 area, though there are variant rules that allow for bigger games where you can play with a 7x7 square. We're just going to deal with the 5x5 game right now.
Now, I picked a forest, but say I picked something that was a half and half. Do I have to place it face up? Can I turn it sideways?
You can turn it any direction you want to. You can't. There's no point in flipping it over because there's nothing on the other side. But one of the rules is that it must either touch the center tile on an edge or a tile with the same terrain on an edge at one of the squares on it.
So just like traditional dominoes.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go ahead and place mine right here.
Now, the second part of your turn is you get to pick the next domino for the next turn.
Does this count as a forest space, even though it has a house on it?
No, the house is to indicate that there is another inherent value to it, which is the crown, which we'll get to in a second. But anyway, when you pick this domino, you're also going to be choosing the order in which you take turns next turn.
Okay, I will pick this domino.
Okay, so now Blue takes their turn, and they place their domino. I'm going to go like that. And then they're going to choose their tile. You're going to put that one. Then Yellow goes. And maybe I pick this one because I'm really wanting to get first pick next time.
Okay.
And then Pink goes. And automatically picks the last one. These then slide over. 4 more tiles get drawn and they get ordered automatically. And we do it again. Yellow would go first. And since there's no matching terrain, this tile must touch the center square, or touch the starting square on one edge. It's like that. But when Jess goes, she could opt to have the...
I could have it this way, I could have it this way, I could have it all the way over here because it's only 4 wide. I could not put it like this because it is touching.
You could do that.
Could I?
Yes, you could, because the forests are touching on the side.
Okay, excellent. I think I'm going to choose to do this, like so.
Okay. So basically, we keep doing that until we get through the entire set of tiles. At some point, though, you may run into a situation where you've got a 5x5 grid set up, but the tile you draw can't match on a side, or you literally have boxed yourself in and there's only a single square's worth of space left, in which case the tile is just discarded instead of played. But you
Okay.
do draw tiles. You do continue to draw tiles.
What do the crowns mean?
Okay, so that kind of counts into how scoring works. So at the end of the game, you're going to take each contiguous terrain area and multiply the number of squares that that terrain takes up by the number of crowns in that contiguous terrain. So for example, if we scored that forest for you right now, you would get 3 points. 3, the square area of that space, times the 1 crown that you have there. If we scored your desert, that would only be worth 0 points because there's no crowns in it. If we scored pinks, pink would get 2 points, 1 for the brown area, I think that's farmland, times the 2 crowns that are there. So pink over here, if we scored right now, would get 2 points. The 1 brown farmland square times the 2 crowns that are in it. So at the end of the game, you will take all of your contiguous areas that score and add them together. But you will also lose 1 point for every empty square that you weren't able to fill. So anytime you get rid of a domino because you can't play it or don't want to play it, you are going to be ending up taking negative points.
Gotcha.
Yep, and there are also variant rules that you can apply in Board Game Arena that add special bonuses, such as completing your entire 5x5 grid or making sure that your starting tile is in the center. You know, basically voluntary challenges that you can set before yourself.
Okay.
Yep, and like I said, there are also variants where you can play with a bigger board and or play with fewer or less greater players. But in all, that's the rules of the game. Very straightforward.
I guess the real crux of the game is trying to figure out how to fit all the tiles and to maximize your points and maximize your area.
But only knowing 4 tiles at a time and knowing what everyone else is gunning for. And sometimes it's more important to go first than it is to get the tile that you want.
Right. Interesting. Thank you for joining us for this look at King Domino. A little bit of instruction here for you. You can play it online at Board Game Arena. Please join us in the MomoCon group on Board Game Arena and just hang out in our Discord if you want to play. If you want to get a more hands-on approach to learn it, our volunteers will be there. They're happy to help you. Join us for Let's Get Digital, our next MomoCon digital event coming up December 11th through 13th. And thank you.
Bye.